I'm sharing this video with you because I want you to see how I prepare for the market every week. Technically, the week already started. Today is Monday, February 17th, but today is President's Day, so I did not trade today. Even though the market is technically open, the banks are not open, so I did not trade today. Now, I'm going to start with showing you here my instruments. I'm looking at oil here, NAS, ES, gold, YM, so US 30, and M2K. So Russell 2000. So I don't necessarily go like in debt through all of them, but mainly my main ones. Oil is definitely a main instrument that I trade, gold, NAS. So I'll look at them. I'll start from here, from the higher time frame, and I just work my way down. So I will do that. And technically I already did that Sunday night. So I identified this range here. This is on the daily time frame. There is this range here. The market broke out here. This was a little while back. So December 30th, it broke out, went all the way up, went down. So this became a break and retest zone right here. This line, this horizontal line. And I said it yesterday, well, at least to myself, as I was looking at this, I said this is either going to go up. Well, obviously, it's either going to go up or down, but I think it's just going to keep going up now. I don't think it's going to go into this range because we already have this green candle here on the daily time frame. Now, I trade supply and demand. There's only one supply zone here. This is for oil. One supply zone right here, the daily supply. We go into the 4 hour. And we have a few zones here. So we have a 4 hour supply zone right here. We have another 4 hour supply zone right here. And then we have two 4 hour demand zones. Now look at what happened. So the market tapped the 4 hour demand and it just started going up. Now here it tapped, like listen, look at how crazy supply and demand is. Look at how crazy this is. So when I did this yesterday, let's see. So this was the 16th right here. Look at this. So yeah, and I did this before 18 right there. I did it before and it had not tapped yet. So it tapped the 4 hour demand. It went right up to the 15-minute supply. It went into the 1 hour, the 15. And now look at it. It's bouncing off. So at this point, it could either keep going up. But I think now that I'm looking at the 4 hour time frame, now it looks like we're about to create the lower low. So we have a lower low there, lower high here. This is technically still a lower low, lower high, and it looks like we're going down. So it may actually go into that range. It may actually go to the range. So that's crazy. Like, look at how the market respects this supply and demand zones. For the most part, it's not perfect, of course. But anyway, let's look at this now. So this is on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we do have the 1 hour supply. The market tapped right into it and into the 15-minute supply, and now it's going down. But now we may have some new zones. And we do have a new 1 hour demand. This is not a good demand zone because we have all of the EMAs cutting through. We have the VWAP right there. But we still have to be aware of it because it is a demand zone. At the end of the day, the market could still react off of it. So we have the 1 hour demand. So we leave it there. We leave it there for awareness. There are no other demand zones there. We keep going in. I take my entries off the 5-minute time frame. So everything would have to line up in order for me to take a trade. But as of right now, I'm doing this to see where all of the zones are at, the higher time frame zones. So when I take a setup, for example, like right now, the market is above the 200 EMA. It is above the VWAP. So let's just say that we got a demand setup here. Let's just say that it broke past like these supply zones. At this point, yeah, I will take that. That will be a demand setup that I will take. But if it's not breaking through like these supply setups, I will have to be careful. That's not something I will take. These zones right now are very hot, meaning that there is a lot of selling pressure. So yeah, let's keep going. So I don't see anything else on the 15. There was a new 15-minute setup here. This is a 15-minute supply right there. So there is a lot of selling pressure. And we might be going into that range. So yeah, it's starting to get a little messy. Yeah, a little messy. And this 15-minute supply, it might win. It might win. Now, within that, is there a 5-minute setup? And not really. Not in there. So as of right now, that's it. This is it for oil. So just zooming out a little bit. Ideally, I would be bearish on oil right now. Like looking at this is what I'm predicting. I think we go into the range. And it may stay in the range because there was a lot of buying and selling activity here. If we go back to it, 4 hour maybe, what was it? Yep. Okay, here. There was a lot of buying and selling activity going on in that range, like a lot of it. You see that? So yeah, this looks like it lasted for at least at a minimum a few days. I mean, look at this. Not even days, maybe months. I mean, starting from this is November 7th down here. We keep going. Keep going. So look at this. This is December 27th. Like this is over a month here of buying and selling activity in this range. So I do think the market is gonna go here, and if it's going here, it's going to get sucked into a lot of buying and selling activity again, most likely. So that's where I see oil going to, and I am bearish on it until it reaches this range right here. But mind you, I am looking at the 4-hour time frame. When you look at the 5-minute, this is a huge zone here. Like you have a lot of selling opportunities, a lot of buying opportunities, and so on. So let's look at gold. I'm not going to look at all of them now, mainly oil and gold. Let's see gold. All right. So with gold, I had already started marking up the zones, the different supply and demand zones. Let's see what it's doing. So on the daily, there were no, it just kept going up, but like very like choppy. Like it was, yes, it was going up, but it was choppy at the same time. So it did not leave. I mean, there was one demand zone here, but that one already won. So, and right now we're here. I mean, there was this previous low here, and it doesn't look like it's going to break it. So it may just be bullish still. I do think gold may still keep going up. It might. Now there is a 4-hour demand zone right here. This is new. Mind you, I did this chart yesterday, so we have new zones now. So right here, this is a 4-hour demand. And we have a 4-hour supply up here. Now we keep going into, this is the 1-hour. Now there is consolidation here. You don't want to trade here. This right here, you don't want to trade in that area. There's a lot of rejections, a lot of wicking right here. So I'm sure that this is choppy when we go into the lower time frames. But on the 1-hour, yeah, we got this candle here. No, we don't want that. Okay, so it's nothing here really on the 1 hour time frame. Going into the 15-minute time frame. So do we see anything here? Let's see. So on the 15-minute, okay, so we have some resistance right here. And we do have support here. We have support here. Everything here is wicks. Everything here is wicks. So this is all getting rejected. This is all rejections right here. All rejections. And on the 15-minute time frame, it is, yeah, there is this yeah, the 200 EMA. We are under the 200 EMA, so technically we're still on a downtrend or in a downtrend. So yeah, okay. There's a lot of selling here, but that don't mean nothing because we're still in this range. Now look at this. Look at this choppiness here on both sides. Yeah, it's getting a little choppy here. Like here we couldn't get a supply zone because everything was getting chopped. No supply zone here. Yeah, nothing good there. And this is on the 5 minutes. So right now there are no setups on the 5 minute. Yeah, nothing here. Okay, that's gold. We'll look at NAS. This will be the last one. Let's see what NAS is doing. Okay, so there is a daily demand zone here. So the daily time frame. We're all the way up here. Okay, in the 4 hour time frame, let's see. This is, yeah, this there is a 4 hour demand. That's low probability. Well, technically no, we have a gap here, so the gap is right here. So technically it's still just a regular a 4 hour demand. High probability because of the gap. We don't have it right in front of the zone, but we have it right here. So all right. That's pretty much it for the 4 hour. We go into the 1 hour. Okay, there was a supply setup here, and it looks like it won maybe. I'm not putting the tool right now, the short position tool, but just because I mean I wasn't in that and I don't take trades based off the higher time frames. The 1 hour supply. You know what? Let's take a quick look. Whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's too much. Yep. Even on the 1 hour, that thing, yeah, it won. Yeah, the 1 hour, honestly, the 1 hour is very, very, very powerful for supply and demand. Like if you want to take a winning trade with a high risk to reward ratio in the 5 minute time frame, you have to go into the 1 hour and see and try to take a setup like inside of this supply. Like you want to take a supply setup inside, like a 5 minute supply setup inside of this 1 hour supply. So you definitely want to do that. But look at that. That thing won like crazy. All right. Going into the 15 minute. So as I could see, damn, like look at this supply setup here. This one, yeah, there's a lot of selling pressure on NAS here. This other one won like crazy too. Oh my gosh. So look at this one. Okay, let's see now. Let's see. That's a 1 to 5 on the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, right there. Yep. 1 to 5. That one is crazy. Let's see. All right. So here on the 5 minute time frame, we are building some resistance right here, but technically, I would not even look at that. Let's see. I would be looking at that right there. That's what I will be looking at for resistance. But technically, it is like a lower resistance right here. So there is a demand setup. And I'll leave it here because I'll see how it turned out. So 5 minute demand. The only thing is that this type of demand, I would not want to take this because look at all of the downward pressure that we have here. Look at this rejection, 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 rejection. So you don't really want to take a trade like this, even though it could win, but you're going to do this to go up and now you have to fight this again. That's not the type of setup that you want. You want a setup that's really going to like, it's going to bring the momentum with you, like, or you're going to go with it. Not that it can't win, but look at structure. Structure is going down anyway. When we look at market structure. So lower low, lower high, lower low. But now technically, this is like a higher low, higher high. I'm sorry, higher low here. So this was a higher high, higher low, higher high. Now this is minor. This is minor break of structure. It didn't break past this one or this one. So this is shaky right here. This could start ranging now. This is not a setup that I would want to take, but I'll leave that there. So at least for tomorrow, I will see what happened with all of this, like supply zones. This demand. I mean, it's something's gonna happen with this. So this is going to be too old by the time that I get in the market. But again, looking at the 1 hour, we may be as of right now, I'm bearish right now on NAS. Like I'm bearish on it. I'll leave that there. But I don't let my bias, I don't take trades based on my bias. At the end of the day, I'm going to wait until tomorrow and see where market structure is at. And that's what's going to help me determine if I'm taking buys or sells. It's going to be market structure. It's going to be the setup that presents itself. And it's going to be other confluences. It's a bunch of moving parts that have to work together to take a setup. But once you take that setup, you have the confidence that you have an advantage over the market. This is Yo Javi. The world is yours.